5-star copies all. Go ahead. Message to observer. Alpha 3 rounds. AT delay in effect. 3 guns. Bravo 2 rounds. 2 guns. Smoke on effect.
Hey y'all, this is Options Millionaire. Thanks for watching this video. This is going to be the first video in a long series of educational videos about my system, and not only my system, but everything in general, ranging from the indicators I use, the processes I use, the way my mind works, the psychology of trading, on upwards towards general market knowledge, options trading, general stock trading, etc., etc. So if you are interested in learning more about these topics, go ahead and like this video, subscribe to my channel, because I got a lot of great content coming out that rolling out in the future that's going to help you not only become a better trader now, but a better trader for the rest of your life. This video is going to be going over the 8 and 21 crossover. The 8 and 21 EMAs are going to be keystone in my trading strategy. It's one of the main things that I base a lot of stuff off of when I make trades. And I use two different strategies when using the 8 and 21s. It's going to be one, the crossover, and two, price action. The way the price action is manipulated off the 8 and 21. Now this, among all indicators, you have to use other indicators in conjunction with everything. You have to develop your system based on whatever indicators you used and use all of them in conjunction with each other. So I don't make any decision purely just off of the 8 and 21. I use the 8 and 21, and then I use other indicators as confirmatory action to make an entry or an exit. It could be volume, it could be price action, it could be sentiment, anything. Whatever I see, it needs to be used in conjunction with it. Now, the more indicators I use that are agreeing with each other, the more confident I am in a position. So we're first going to go ahead and get started with a good example here. And I'm going to go back to this day on March 12th. And this was a couple of days ago. A good indication of when the price was fizzling out, downtrending, everyone wanting what was going to happen. And we had a little bit of basing here. So we're going to come back here. I'm going to use the replay function on TradingView, which is pretty great. I love this. I go back to use this all the time when I am managing some trades and I want to figure out what went wrong in real time without having the bias of the knowing already what's going to happen. So I'll come back here. And by the way, a good strategy is just to go back, pick a past chart without looking at it, blindly click on the replay function and click somewhere without knowing what's going to happen, to do it without kind of looking, and practice playing these charts as they go. It's a great strategy for practicing testing price action and stuff like that. So come back here, I'll press start and kind of go over the 8 and 21. So right now what I'm seeing here, a downward trending price action. 8 and 21 is not only down, we had a crossover here, and the price in 8 and 21 is separating right here. I'm going to slow this down a little bit so it doesn't go too fast. And we're seeing the candles come up and bounce off the 21, bounce off 21, bounce off 21, all the way down. And then we have the separation. So two things I'm seeing. One, it's using the 21 as resistance. It keeps popping down. And two, the 8 and 21 is continually separating. So we get this big divergence here. Definitely bearish. Now, other indicators are definitely saying bearish, but I'm not going to go over those. I'm just going to stick to the 8 and 21. And let's go ahead and press play here and see what happens. So more candles forming. Things are rolling. That green candle got sold off, wicked out. We got red. We got green coming. Okay, so now what I'm seeing, things are starting to round off. I see the 8 and 21 starting to flatten out. Maybe start to have a little convergence here. Let's take a look. I see the volume coming in for this big volume coming in for the buyers. All right, first I got a big green candle pop up and it's immediately wicked out, sold off. And I got this doji right here. So let's look. Now I'm going to start to look at, okay, is it time to take a call? That's what I'm thinking here. 8 and 21 are starting to flatten out, and I'm looking. Another green candle sold off, immediately bought back up. All right, here's what I got. There's two ways to play the 8 and 21s. So I've got this huge upwards trend. A lot of buying volume just smoked this thing right up. A huge upturn in the 8 EMA. The 21 also starting to converge up. There's two ways to play this. You can wait for the 8 and 21 crossover. However, you may give back some profits here because you have to wait. Now, this is a 3-minute chart, by the way. You do have to wait for them to cross over if you're playing the crossover. The second way to play this is to set your call or set your long position at the previous range's highs, which is about right here. So if I see this price action bust these previous range highs, I'll take my long position here and I'll set my stop at, or set my range to sell at the previous session lows, which is right here. So the second I see this price action, boom, it pops up to session's highs. It's going up. Now I want to see volume come into this and take this thing up. So here, I would have taken my call right there to go along in that position. And now I'm just seeing where things go. So I see this red candle form, immediately bought up. You got this doji up here. And then now that everything's upward trending. So here we got the crossover. We finally get the crossover here. Other bullish indications, and the price action it's bouncing above the 8 EMAs. Now what I want to see is not only do I have the crossover, I want to see follow through, confirmatory price action on the follow through. So I would love to see this price action come down here and at least bounce off the 21, hopefully bounce off the 8. If it's bounced off the 8, it's going to be a more aggressive price upwards. So let's see this. Okay, so boom, big green candle forms up, takes out the previous candle's highs, which is great indication, and it's immediately sold back off. So this would be a quick scalp in this situation. It would pop back up. I'd take my calls. It would probably be anywhere from a 10 to 12 to 15% gain based on the calls that I had. Actually, no, that was, let's see. I would have taken a position there at 406 and it went up to 408. So it would probably be roughly a 20% gain, 15 to 20% gain, because that was a $2 gain there in price action. Now, I wouldn't have sold at the top, obviously, so I would have given back some profits. So what I'm looking for here, now I start to see this red candle form. I see the 8 start to cross over here. And now is when I'll be looking at, okay, do I need to sell, or is this just a temporary base before we go higher? And we go forward. All right, now I would exit the position. I don't like this weakness coming in. If this is a scalp. Now, this is all time frame dependent, right, which we'll have to talk about in another video. If my whole sentiment is bullish and I see this, I may elect to hold it into the afternoon or a longer session. But this would be taken as a scalp, and it all depends on your pre-market strategy and the pre-trade strategy. But here, if this is a scalp and I see these red candles forming, I'm exiting the position. I see the 8 downturning. I see the 21 downturning. I don't want to wait for the crossover because that price may be way back here at your entry before this thing crosses over. So I would have sold right when I see this thing downturning. I see these 3 candles take out the previous candle's lows, probably about here. It would probably be anywhere from an 8 to 12 to 13% gain on this call. And then, of course, we roll over and see what happens. And then we get the previous section gets waylaid. See what happens when you wait for the 21. If you wait for the 21, you may actually come out for a loss on this one. So I don't want to wait for all these 4 candles. This is too much heaviness right there, too much selling. The second I see this drastic deduction in price and round over, I'm out of the position. So anyway, I hope this helps you clarify some of the 8 and 21 setups. This is just a basic ground level view of how I work with the 8 and 21s. Please always remember that all indicators are worked in conjunction with all indicators, not just the 8 and 21. You always have to wait for confirmatory price action and confirmation through time frame and confirmation through other indicators. So that's three elements you want to look at. So going forward, that is how I use my 8 and 21. If you have any more questions, feel free to post them on any of my social medias. You can join the Discord, of course. You can shoot me a DMs there and post in any of the applicable channels. You can email me at optionsmillionaire2020@gmail.com. You can follow me on Instagram, options.millionaire. And of course, you could follow me on YouTube. Subscribe to this channel, like this video so other people and yourself can continue to grow and learn, and follow all the videos that I got coming out in the near future. This is just the first in many in a series coming out. And of course, be on the lookout for the Options Millionaire podcast coming out in June. Very excited about that. Got a lot of awesome resources coming out that are going to help you better yourself, not only with trading, but in your other personal financial life. Anyway, I'm Options Millionaire. I appreciate you being here. This has been the 8 and 21 EMA video. If you have any questions, concerns, throw it at me. Otherwise, I'm out of here. Thanks for being here. See you.